Hello, everyone. My name is Archana Nanda. I'll be your host today for Vibha Strider's virtual info session. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for taking your Saturday morning time to go over our info session with us. Let's get started. So our agenda, as we see, we are going to have a short introduction, and then we will straight go to our coaches. Now, Vibha, we are all volunteers of Vibha Striders program, which comes under the bigger nonprofit organization, Vibha. Vibha means a ray of light, a ray of hope. We really talk about the ray of light for the kids. Our vision for our vision is actually to provide quality education for every kid. No kid to go without education. Quality education for all kids. And with that, our mission is by improving the different learning levels at all schools across India and other places. Our half marathon training overview, I have coaches over here, our core coach Ru, core coach Srini, and core coach Val. And we have our power walking coaches, Coach Rajiv is here. We have speed coaches, Coach Rajiv, Coach Anu, and Coach Chida. And then we have our mental resilience coach, Coach Anu. We have about 12 coaches with us. And today, each of them will be going over our training overview. I will hand it over to Coach Ru. You're muted. Coach.
Hello. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Archana. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We are thrilled that you're here, and we're really excited about, sharing what Vibha Striders can offer you. So a little bit of background. Vibha Striders was founded about 14 years ago. And we have an incredible set of coaches, mentors, and volunteers that will help you along this journey that you are going to embark in, either your very first half marathon, or if you've done this distance before, then we hope to make you even stronger in getting to your finish line. We have a few components in our Striders program. One is the core coaching that will last 16 weeks. And aside from the core training, which I'll talk more about, we also have an amazing speed training program that we will elaborate on later on in a couple of slides. We also have a mental resilience program, which is a 14-week extraordinary program led by Dr. Anu Singh. More on that as well, in full details. And then we have a power walking program as well. I am going to talk to you about the core training. Like I said, 16 weeks. It starts February the 15th. Oh, you have the info on the slide here. Our graduation day is June 17th with a half marathon in Fremont at Quarry Lakes Park. Going back to what Vibha Striders is. Our core value, if you will, is injury-free and fun, if I were to boil it down to two words. So we strive to promote health and fitness in our community, help the community grow, with a focus on injury prevention in a manner that'll help trainees enjoy the sport, right? And we find that is the biggest factor in having people continue with something. Our three principles in terms of our training are education, training, and support. So in terms of education, we will share with you things like running form. We'll talk about nutrition, specifically with regards to running and working out. We'll have a gear talk. We have race day prep. We have something very special and quite rare in the industry that is women-specific running tips, women-specific issues that I think you'll find extremely informative. We also do a very, very in-depth foam rolling class. We do several. I'm a big proponent of foam rolling, and I feel like it's something that will benefit each and every one of us for the rest of our lives, right? In terms of support, we introduce you to Shoe Clinic. We'll have you do gait analysis. We have extraordinary volunteers that will help you at the aid stations. We have a fundraising team, a lot of support. And one of our biggest supports is our mentors that will run with you 3 days a week. So every single run, you will have somebody. And then, of course, if any issues arise, you have accessibility to coaches. And third is training, which I'm going to talk in the next slide about. So this is what your week is going to look like. Monday and Wednesday, you'll have a virtual strength training session. It's going to be led by one of our coaches, and we will help you learn and do, of course, exercises, workouts, resistance training that will benefit you not only with your running, injury prevention, remember, but also in life, right? We tend to not focus on some of these muscles that are absolutely necessary for our longevity and health in general. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, you'll be running in smaller groups closer to where you live or work. These are the mentor led sessions. And your typical what do you call it? Typical day will be about an hour or around about an hour. It shouldn't take you more than that. And then on Sundays, we meet as a group, one area along the Bay Area, sorry, East Bay, or I don't know what the other bay is called, regular bay. And
South Bay.
these are gonna last you about an hour and a half to 2.5 hours, depending on the distance. As we go later in the program, the distance obviously increases. That's your week. Can we go to the next slide, please? All right, so a little bit of brief background on injury-free. So we focus very heavily, like I said, on injury-free running. We will not just share information, but we will show you how to do and the difference between dynamic and static warm up and cool down. We will show you the foundations of some of these workouts, and also the way your mileage increases and decreases, also called taper, along the weeks is going to make a difference. Next, please. Again, some of the things that we talk about, if you have questions on these, I can elaborate a little bit later on. Next, please. Yeah, these are some of the benefits of running. It's so important to take care of ourselves, right? We're no longer 20, and if you are, then yay for you for being here, and let's continue that momentum and keep you in that, you know, healthy habit and keep you going and see what your goals are and continue your healthy living trajectory. If you want me to go over some of these health benefits later on, I can. My biggest the things I care most about in terms of benefits, quote unquote, of running, of course, are cardiovascular health, muscle strengthening, not just what we do during our runs, but also what we will share with you during our strength training, which I think again is quite rare in the industry. You wouldn't find this offering in a lot of places. Also, bone density, I think, is a massive, massive benefit that we tend to not talk about in the health industry in general. Yeah, next, please. Okay, and with that, I will hand it over to our power walking coaches. Thank you.
Good morning, folks. Thank you for joining this virtual session. I am one of the two power walking coaches. A few years ago, I think it was last year, we decided to formally introduce a power walking program. This is for people who are reluctant or not able to join the main training program where we basically end up running most of the distance, either because they don't have the confidence to be able to run the distance or they're injured, etc., etc., or they think they're slow. We've had these issues over the years where people used to finish way at the end and they'd feel like they were holding up all the other trainees. So last year, we formally introduced a power walking program, and you will join Coach Sharad and myself, and we will teach you how to power walk. And it's just an amazing, amazing, amazing option that we've created. Power walking is a lot of fun. You spend way more time than all those runners out there with nature and with Coach Sharad and me. And I would recommend, if you are hesitant about joining the program because maybe you think running isn't for you or you have a few injuries here and there, that of course we the coaches could help you with those injuries also. But if you feel you're not up to the running part of the main program, please come and join the power walking program, and we will take you from 0 to 13.1, and you'll have a lot of fun doing that. Thank you. Okay, so I can continue to talk because I love to talk. I have Coach Anu with me. We are two of four speed coaches. Coach Monica and Coach Ched are the other two speed coaches. We introduced this program, I think it was in 2021 or 22, I forget now. And this is to help take your running or power walking or walking to the next level in terms of endurance, in terms of ease and efficiency of running. And these workouts are conducted in Saratoga on the West Valley tracks. They happen on Tuesday evenings. And we do have an assessment period in the beginning to determine whether you are a fit for the program or not. By the way, all of you will get it. Just apply, just come, show up. And Tuesday evenings, sessions start at 6 o'clock and probably last maybe 90 minutes, at the most, maybe 2 hours. And along with the workouts, interval training, we will introduce you to different concepts associated with running, especially speed running. So please come and join, whether you're a runner, a power walker, come and join the speed program. We encourage you to do so. And the slide tells you a little bit more about what we end up teaching and doing with you on the tracks. That picture up there is probably from a couple of years ago, the first year when we had about 30, 35 athletes, trainees who showed up for the speed program. And it's been growing since. Next slide, please. And I will let Coach Anu talk about mental resilience.
Hello. I'm Coach Anu, and I'm really excited to be talking to all of you about the mental resilience program. I'm actually, in admiration for all of you to show up on a Saturday morning, just like Coach Ru said. So far you've heard how much we, work on helping you become fit and become strong physically to be able to successfully complete a half marathon and be injury free. Well, The mental resilience program actually is a very unique, again, program. I don't think there's any other program of training, half marathon training or full marathon training programs that have it. So it is a perfect complement to your regular Striders program. Where you see on your map, it says mind over matter. And the truth is, and we all know this, that there is a connection between our mind and body. And we have a lot of research and a lot of conversations about that nowadays, where they say, it's not just training your body, but you have to train your mind. So as we strengthen you physically, we have also realized that when you have both the physical component and the mental component, then it becomes a holistic program. So the mental resilience program aims exactly to do that. It helps us get strong mentally, increases grit. Grit is the idea of being able to take on something, a difficult challenge, probably, for example, and continue on with it, continue to focus on it without getting discouraged or having mind chatter or stuff like that come in the way. Mental resilience program will not just help you with your running and walking. Um, It'll help you in all areas of your life, communication, relationships, anywhere else where you take on a challenge and something happens where your mind might say to you, I'm not so sure I can do this, or somewhere along saying, you're going to get really strong, you're going to get so happy with yourself, you're going to be able to handle setbacks if there are any. And I think above all, you're going to have so much fun doing all this, because you don't have to, listen to the mind that sometimes says, oh, I can't do it, I can't do that. So mental resilience is every Thursday. So it's a 14-week program. It starts 2 weeks after the initial program. It's a 14-week program. It's in the evenings from 7 to 9:30, and it's in a home. It's in a home environment, because and when we are going to talk about stuff like this, we need this cozy, intimate, safe environment. I really, really hope to see every one of you, because this is a free offering. It comes along with the program, and I hope that you take advantage of this. Okay, thank you. Next slide.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach Anu. Thank you, Coach Rajiv. Thank you, Coach Ru, for all the detailed explanation on our training program, the gamut of our training program. Why Striders? I know you guys do have quite a few other choices, all that, but we are here to say we are different and we are special. We are special because we offer that personal coaching. And how do we do that? We have different pockets in the Bay Area where we have mentors. Mentors are our experienced runners who've been with us for a few seasons already, who train with you, who run with you shorter distances. As Coach Ru said, the Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday evenings are the mentor runs evenings, and you meet your mentors in your areas, wherever you work or you stay in that area, depending on the time or whatnot. We have different coaches whom you can team up with and you run with them. It normally, I think it starts anything between 1.5, 2 miles or so, and short runs, because it's a weekday runs, and you meet them, and this is how it becomes shorter groups, so they're able to give you more attention, and they're all are trained with our trained mentors. And the support during the runs, we're really referring to the aid stations that we have. When as you're running, although you may be carrying water or whatnot, we have replenishments and those kind of things start in the aid stations at each distance or so. And every run, every time, we have this, not just as a replenishment for your nourishment or minerals. They also give us energy with their energy. Imagine you're out 3 miles, and then you're somewhere, you're going, and you see our Vibhas, they're wearing our Vibha Striders, and then hello there, and then they give us all that energy, and then they clap for you, they cheer you up, and you have that oxygen under your wing right there. So that's what our support during the runs refer to. Fun, yes, of course. What's any community without fun, right? So we do, in fact, we actually have so much fun. We actually created a social and events team. So we have different events organized, like icebreaker session, which is like, I think about the second or third week immediately as soon as our program begins. Then we have some social hour at some point. We'll have a social hour and evening time at some point in the next 3 months. We have a fundraising picnic where people bring their wares and so anything that they want and they sell, and a lot of them have known to have raised more than half of their funds right there in the fundraising picnic. Finish line party. The finish line party happens the first Friday after your half marathon. This is the time we celebrate you. You are our new graduates at that time after having finished the half marathon. And then so we have a party to cherish and celebrate the new Striders graduates. So we have different communication and support throughout your 16 weeks. We have a Striders app. That is how the app looks like. Once you register, you will know, and you will need to download this app, the Striders app. Most communication will be, in fact, all communication will happen through the app. We do have WhatsApp groups for your mentor groups to chat with your mentors and discuss the time and whatnot. Any other form you can email, but most things will be with your with the apps, and you can discuss in your mentor groups. Even the questions you need to send to the leads or to the coaches or anybody, you can send it through the app. It's actually a very neat, very user-friendly app. And then, yes, of course, do follow us on Insta and Facebook. We are there on LinkedIn too. Now, the cause and fundraising. Why is it that year after year we are coming here? We, all of us, Striders as Striders volunteer. It's because the cause moves us. The cause, that is the vision, that is a quality education for all kids. No kid goes without education. That's the cause that moves us. Striders Impact, we have a fundraising goal of $1,000 for each person who joins the training program. And this $1,000 is effective for 37 kids for 1 year. Can you imagine 37 kids can get quality education for an entire year? I would think that's pretty immense, and that's very significant what we can do with one person raising funds. And such goals, such funds raised have helped more than thousands of children so far. We have raised over 800,000 in all these years of Striders programs, and more than 30,000 kids have been benefited, as the slide says. The picture there shows our coach, Monica, in Pune. She's our speed coach, Monica, and that is when she visited one of the schools. And this tells us about our high quality, that's what our vision is, a high quality public education for each kid. How do we raise funds? So Vibha helps to create a fundraising page for you. You can send that link to your family and friends, and you can raise it. And you yourself can, fund for it. You can ask your company to match for it. Most companies I know do a corporate match. And even when I was there, when I joined first, I had raised funds more than 90% of mine was through corporate matching. I sent out an email to my colleagues in the morning, and by evening I had almost raised about 1,200. No exaggeration, I really mean it. Right? I mean, they would just do a corporate match, each of them, and it was in my link at that time. And so using corporate match, and most corporations have this, corporate give back, they call it. So they are meeting their goal, and you're helping your company meet their goal as you meet yours. this is our Vibha's impact with the funds that we have raised, right? We have many different programs all over Vibha, in each of these states. As you can see, 3+ million children have been, impacted with, with the programs, with various different programs all over the country through these years. And many NGOs work towards it. There are many NGOs having, programs in different cities, and they have we do go on audit to see if the work is done, what needs to be done, how we can scale it, how much funds to be done. It's all, it's all actually proven scientifically as to how they can actually help the kids and how well we can work with the funds provided. This is actually one of the programs, and that's me sitting over there. When I went to India in 2020, I had visited this program called Shikshana. Vibha was funding this program called Shikshana, which actually augments the government education, elementary school education. What it really means is the government does what they need to do. They have the education is while they provide the education. Shikshana brings in computers to the school. They bring in teachers to train the kids. They bring in teachers to train the teachers to train the kids. So it is actually augmenting the existing education. Doorstep program, and this is one of the, this is actually one of my favorite programs. So this is the Doorstep program is for the children, the laborer children, right? So if you see the laborers working on the roads and all that, what they are doing, what happens to their kids, their little kids, and they are just left free, right? And they sometimes fall into wrong hands, wrong influence, and what have you. So Doorstep program was one such venture that they bring the teachers and the required school material in a van to these areas where the laborers are concentrated, and they teach these kids. And then they bring in different vans to look into different age group level, and they teach these kids. It was so impactful, and it's so significant that the government actually acknowledged this education, and they've now made it an actual part of the education system from the doorstep. And this is really immense. And I really, I really hope you guys join Vibha Striders, and I urge you at some point to go visit. This really makes it's such a big difference. It really truly moved me. All right. So the next steps we truly hope that you join the program, so we are able to actually show you in person and lead you through the entire 16 weeks. And there is a QR code. Please do register. If you do have any question and answer, let us know. We do have some more info session slides. We have in-person info session tomorrow at Fremont, and then we do have another info session at Sports Basement Sunnyvale. These two are in-person info sessions. And if you have any questions, our coaches or the leads, we can take it up.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Archie.